uniforms. They don't just inspire school spirit, they embody it. Statues are built in their honor. Yep, there's no big man on campus bigger than the one in the big furry suit.
Whether I'm right, whether I'm wrong, whether I find a place in this world or never belong, I've gotta be me, I've gotta be me. What else can I be but what I am?
Maybe some promising news on Chris Wilkes as he was being taken off the floor. Just moments ago, he was being assisted to the bench, and he's still there. And, you know, we're not going to speculate, but it does appear to be the left calf that they're dealing with now. And maybe it's a good sign that he's right there, that he's not somewhere else. He's still with his team on the sidelines, and he's not in the locker room.
Surprising it doesn't happen more often when you think of it.
Yeah. Let's update our keys to success, Bill, and see how that has worked out, especially in the second half for North Carolina.
Dan's done a nice job, and I think they've contained the dribble. Even though there's a lot of paint points, a lot of it has been passing and driving from the side, but by and large, not bad. Makes you catch deeper on the floor. Look where they're still out here, almost at 10.
Hands with the clock winding down. Nice. Smith on a dribble drive. And a follow. Beautiful flush there by Jalen Hill.
A little rearrangement. Of course, anytime you drive, big step up, there's the backboard.
First points of the game for Jalen Hill. Good news. We just learned that it is officially a cramp for Chris Wilkes, so he'll be okay. And there's a foul on Ali. Well, let's take a look at the play of the game, sponsored by Continental Tire, and this was a big tap out.
Who else, right? Johnson to tip it out, and then Kobe able to drill it. Just an opportunity seized.
Well, our halftime score was 46-41. UCLA got quick control, was shooting at a high clip. And then in the second half, they just turned the tables when May and Johnson got into the game offensively. And now they've been outscored pending this free throw, 48-47 now to 27 in the second half. So it's been all North Carolina with the help of the emergence of Cam as well as Luke May.
Well, you want to score quickly now for UCLA. This is a pretty good run here. Get to the free throw line. Carolina conversely trying to maintain perimeter defense, be aggressive, make them use clock.
May picks up the foul, and that's his fourth with 2:24 to play, and Hill will get to the free throw line.
You got to think Moses Brown takes a lot out of this 2 days, don't you?
Yeah.
In terms of how hard I have to work and things I have to learn.
Well, no one wanted to leave Las Vegas with 2 losses. UCLA may get them, but I loved what Steve Alford said to Andy Katz earlier today. He says, you know, we needed that last night, and we need this game today too. So he believes that for this program anyway, UCLA will get a lot out of it, regardless of coming away with 2 L's.
See how quickly they got rid of the ball before they get trapped and use the sideline. Using a little bit of clock, and now they'll go. A little ball screen.
Kobe White.
Oh, a counter at the rim. Boy, there's some lingerie lingering out there.
Boy, oh boy.
Timmy, get the janitor. We got some debris on the floor. Oh, my goodness. Get the tape out. Couple of ankles weakened. And right at the summit. How about that? Get it out of town.
Man, don't get that guy loose on the dance floor. He'll floor you.
Jalen Hill. What big.
Ooping for Little. Had to because of the shot clock.
Got the rim.
They did get the rim.
Nice cross.
Oh, Hands trying to go for a little hammer time slam. And that foul is given up by May, and that's his 5th.
How about this, too? That's a guard, folks. Afraid to be aggressive.
Luke will leave the game with 16 points and 8 rebounds. That's some elevation there.
Much more May-like, huh? May Day.
Tell you, in the Pac-12, Bill, as was the case a year ago with UCLA. And I mean, I think the league took a lot of hits a season ago, but his club came out of it. They got better as the season went on after all the controversy in China. I see the same with this team. I think the prospects for them in Pac-12 play again will be very, very good as the season rolls on.
I think they're going to have a good year in the league.
North Carolina needed this too with what lies ahead for them. Their schedule is really amped up.
Murderer's Row.
Is it ever? Taking on all comers.
When you think about the Pac-12 and you think of Washington, Oregon, Arizona State, they got everything out of it except the deuce.
Bernard end to end. Puts it through. Nice job.
He's relentless, isn't he?
Yep. 88-78. Lead down to 10. And a quick foul given away by Bernard. On the North Carolina schedule, we touched on it. Look at that. Number 9, Michigan. You got a good look at them recently against Villanova.
Boy, are they playing well.
The Zags just took down Duke, then Kentucky. And Davidson is no picnic either, as you know.
Bob McKillop, outstanding job year in and year out. Pretty good judge of talent, I would say, too.
You think? Man.
Steph Curry.
Absolutely. And the Bruins schedule, Hawaii, then Loyola Marymount. Notre Dame will be a big one for them, and Rick Bird's Belmont team will be jacking up threes, and then you got to go at Cincinnati where
they can shut you down.
They really play some defense.
Well, Cincinnati beat them out there last year.
Sure did.
Nice D, and it should be hands.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting?
Black got the foul.
I thought hands gave it.
Well, give me your thoughts on our championship game coming up. What do you expect? It's going to be a fun one.
We know Michigan State is a power-driven team. The push, you got to get back.
Right.
The physicalness of it will have an impact on Texas, I think. But if those guards get in the lane for Texas and they're able to hit the floater or step up and shoot the ball like they did yesterday, they've got a great opportunity.
I'll be interested in how Jackson Hayes responds today. He played really well. By the way, Wilkes is back on the floor. That is magnificent to see. Number 13 for UCLA. So we were concerned, and now we don't have to be. Best news of the day for Steve Alford.
Indeed.
Can't be the go-to guy if you're not healthy. He really answered today with 22 points. Now a quick timeout. He wants to get some substitutes in. He's going to bring in some of the guys that are on the scout team. And a nice round of applause for the Tar Heels from their faithful, all rising to attention as they usually do.
Much better performance second half.
Yeah, indeed.
Different team.
You have Shea Rush out there. Walker Miller, Caleb Lewis. KJ Smith. And a quick foul, so Smith will have a chance to get in the scoring column.
The Jets little guy, right?
Yeah.
Kenny the Jet. Kenny had some career, did he?
Boy, he did. I'll never forget
NBA rings, and of course.
I'll never forget the '87 ACC tournament. And one of the best teams Dean ever had. They played incredible. 2 double overtime games in the semifinals back-to-back before NC State actually upset them in the championship. That team was pretty incredible. Everyone remembers 82 and 93, but those teams in the late 80s were really good. Here comes Smith in the Carolina blue. Right to the rack. Hello,
all right, Kenny.
One for the Jet.
KJ.
And the crowd goes wild.
Yeah, as it should. Good handle with the left. Reminiscent of Danny.
Yeah. Gets that one to roll down as well, and it's 94-78. Score will not be indicative of how competitive it really was. As I said, the Bruins are going to improve from all of this, no question about it.
Got to go back to the laboratory.
Yep.
Take some good things and obviously critique your team and get better.
Really good bounce back for North Carolina after the defeat they tasted, and coming from behind to do it, down by 5 at halftime. So our championship game is coming up next. Michigan State and Texas. There's our final, 94-78 with Bill Raftery and Andy Katz. Tim Brando. We'll send you over to Mike Hill, Jim Jackson, and Steve Lavin right after this. It's the Las Vegas Invitational and our consolation winner from Blue Heaven. We'll be right back.
Excuse me, sir. Yes. My TV isn't working.
Oh, it's okay, ma'am. It's not the end of the world.
Not the end of the world. The Saints are playing the Cowboys on Thursday Night Football, and you're telling me it's not the end of the world? Any game with the Cowboys is massive. They're the NFL's royal family. And they're not playing just anyone. They're playing the Saints. The team that keeps reinventing ways to be a juggernaut. Now it's their little pinball out of the backfield. Bing, bing, bing. Not the end of the world. It's practically a national holiday. I'm surprised we're even allowed to fly today.
Friday, the battle for the Apple Cup is on Fox. The stakes are high, and the Pac-12 championship is on the line. Touchdown! Gardner Minshew and the Cougars take on the Huskies. Unbelievable! Washington State, sponsored by Ram. Tonight on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
What can Fox Sunday do for you?
Wrong. Oh, wait, no, that's right.
Look out for an all-new Simpsons.
Bigfoot clown!
Kick back with all-new Bob's.
Oh, that tickles.
Plus Family Guy and Rel.
Why are you making so many shows? No one could watch more than 300 of them.
Don't miss it Sunday on Fox.
Seahawks, Panthers, or Giants, Eagles. Touchdown! Sunday on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
Looking at the free agents and Machado and Harper, do you have a feeling toward one more than the other?
Wow, this is direct.
Start your day with Good Day.
Uncle John!
You ready?
Yes.
For every kind of big day, there's McDonald's new triple breakfast stacks, stacked with 2 sausage patties, 2 slices of cheese, bacon, and egg.
Hey, it's your old cuddle buddy, Grumpy Bear.
And me, Cheer Bear.
Remember how happy you were when you got us for the holidays?
Yeah, happy!
Get that feeling again with the Honda CR-V during Happy Honda Days.
Hooray!
It's a 2018 KBB.com Best Buy.
Woo!
And it comes with standard multi-angle,
Whoopee!
rear view camera.
Yay!
Get something you love during Happy Honda Days with great deals on the Honda CR-V. Right now at your Honda dealer.
It's Friday Frenzy at Raymore and Flanagan. Doorbuster deals start at 8 a.m. Save 26% on this sofa and love seat. Save $400 on this TV console. 28% on this queen bed. 30% on this island set. Get a free adjustable base with select mattresses. All with 0% APR for an incredible 72 months. Find it, feel it, furnish it fast during Friday Frenzy at Raymore and Flanagan.
This year, 2,800 people waiting for a liver transplant will die waiting. Don't wait. Find out about living donor liver transplants at UPMC today. Living donor liver transplants mean less waiting and better outcomes. UPMC is the nation's leader in living donor liver transplants. So why wait for a liver transplant? Call UPMC today. UPMC, life-changing medicine.
Nasir Little doing a lot of damage. North Carolina and the boys stepping up in the second half as they get to win 94-78. Championship game coming up, Michigan State, Texas, Cassius Winston. Of course, he is one of the best point guards in the nation, doing it all big yesterday in that big win over UCLA as we get ready for the championship game right here on Fox. Mike Hill hanging out with Jim Jackson and Steve Lavin. Michigan State, very impressive yesterday, led by as many as 29 points against UCLA, and of course shot 52% from the field. It's going to be another tough test against the Texas team that made a huge statement against North Carolina yesterday. Here's Tom Izzo moments ago with Andy Katz.
Well, Tom, that's as well as I've seen you guys play offensively in a long time. Why do you think everything clicked?
Well, I thought really we played well defensively early, and that kind of got our offense going. We got our fast break going, and then we executed. You get some confidence, you make some shots, but I'd say it is one of the better games we played offensively and defensively. And your offense, you know, if you make shots, you look good. If you don't make shots, you don't look good.
So Texas has speed with Kerwin Roach. He went off, and they've got a lot of length up front. How do you beat them?
This maybe is the longest tournament I've ever been in because UCLA had some length too, you know, and I think you got to stop their fast break. You know, we're going to have to contain him, and when he gets the ball, there better be 6 eyes watching him. You know, in other words, we need 3 guys helping out. We're going to kind of shrink the court a little bit more. I thought in Carolina, as you know, they were overplaying. That's what they do, and they just drove them to death. So we're going to try to make them earn those a little bit better, but you know, we got a lot of work to do on our end too, so we'll see what happens.
Thanks, Tom.
Thanks, Andy.
Back to you, Mike.
Should be a good one. You saw Izzo's reaction when Andy Katz brought up Kerwin Roach's name. He's like, you don't want to face him. But if you like backcourt play, guys, you're going to love the matchup in this one.
Yeah, as good as it gets, really, when you look across the country. These are 2 of the best. And as we mentioned over the course of this weekend, they're upperclassmen. And so these are point guards that really understand the game and their particular position, the subtleties of it. And we see that in the way they execute the pick and rolls, keeping their feet under them, using good decision-making with clarity. I think one of the keys is how does Michigan State defend the on-ball screens that Texas runs. And they're going to have to squeeze the floor, get some help from the weak side. Got to stay with the three-point shooter in the corner and get that help away from the ball to shrink or make Texas play in crowds and keep them out of the paint.
Well, when you talk about guarding the pick and roll, it's imperative that the front court player is loud and talks early and often in order to position the guards on the court so they can get over or underneath those screens. But if you think about this from Texas' perspective, if you're Kerwin Roach, you're Matt Coleman, you want to send a statement.
Right.
Not a lot of people have talked about the backcourt as maybe one of the best in the country. Here's an opportunity again to go in and create the narrative for yourself, because they're quick, they're athletic, they can play defense, they get out in transition. But a lot of people are not talking about them. So a signature win plus some stellar backcourt play puts you in the conversation as one of the best backcourts in the country.
Well, if you didn't think Kerwin Roach was on the map until yesterday, you found out he was definitely on the map because he did it all yesterday. When you talk about these 2 backcourts, you talk about Roach, you talk about Coleman, but Winston and Langford. I'm going to put you on the spot right now. Who do you give the advantage to in this particular matchup?
Size-wise, I give it to Kerwin. Well, size-wise, I think Kerwin Roach is about 6'4".
Langford.
With Langford right there. But athleticism and quickness, I'm going to give to Texas. But I think the savviness and understanding how to play in big game situation goes to Michigan State.
All right.
Is your question?
Yeah, you got it.
Okay.
We'll get on the court. It's your opinion. We appreciate your opinion right here. Hey, you know what? We like this kid right here, too, Jackson Hayes. Of course, Steve is high on him. The freshman doing it all yesterday. See if he can get it done again today against Michigan State right here on Fox.
Take a test drive and get a front row seat to plenty of entertainment. The Volkswagen Drive to Decide event. Get a Volkswagen with America's best 6-year, 72,000-mile limited warranty. Get a $1,000 bonus on select 2019 Jetta and 2018 Tiguan and Atlas 2.0T models.
You shouldn't have to go broke to keep from going bald. That's why I switched to Keeps. Keeps gives me access to personalized, FDA-approved treatments for half the price. Keeps. Keep your hair for half the price. Get your first month free at Keeps.com.
Roman. For the first time ever, you can get ED meds prescribed online, shipped discreetly to your door. No more waiting rooms, awkward talks, or lines at the pharmacy. Get your first month free at GetRoman.com/TV.
When out with friends, you could tell the truth or a better version of it. Just ask Dos Equis, the beer Mexico's astronauts left on the moon.
Yep, still there.
Aged for 400 years deep within Mount Cerveza. And the only beer to escape Alcatraz and survive. Maybe that's why we're the one beer on draft in Dan Marino's Dan Cave. Woo! Dos Equis. Keep it interessante.
Prenderò 10 biscotti e 12 bomboloni.
I just got my Ancestry DNA results. 74% Italian.
And I found out that I'm from the big toe of that sexy Italian boot.
Calabria.
It even shows the migration path from South Italia all the way to Exotico, New Jersey.
So this holiday season, it's Ancestry DNA per tutti. Order your kit now at Ancestry.com.
A half-century ago, in the same Toledo hospital, 2 babies were born with a shared destiny. And now, they're back in the same place, on opposite sides of the fiercest rivalry in sports.
Welcome back to Vegas. Other top 25 scores going on. Virginia knocked off Wisconsin to stay undefeated. Purdue winners over Robert Morris. Michigan, big winner over Chattanooga. Of course, Michigan got a win over Villanova. They will play North Carolina, the upcoming game. North Carolina that you saw right here on Fox got the win over UCLA in the consolation game. Getting ready for the championship game. Kerwin Roach, he was incredible yesterday in that win against North Carolina. 32 points, 7 assists, 6 steals, 6 rebounds. He did it all. He's even stuffed the turkey, had dressing and everything. I know his coach Shaka Smart enjoyed it. Here he is with Andy Katz.
Well, Shaka, you guys played phenomenal last night. What did you tell your team after that game that hopefully you can duplicate in some form tonight?
Well, actually, we can play even better if we go over the course of 40 minutes. But what our guys really did well was responded to a tough start, to a start in which we didn't have the juice level we need to have. So obviously we need to start the game better. Michigan State plays with a great deal of physicality and aggressiveness, so we're going to need to match that.
Yeah, UCLA head coach Steve Alford said that. He told his guys, you guys are going to have to match that Big Ten physicality, and they didn't. Yeah. How ready are you guys to match that?
We're going to find out. You know, yesterday we had to match pace, which is something that we practice and work on every day. Today we're going to have to match physicality and aggressiveness. We've got, you know, a good mix of older and younger guys, so we'll be really interesting to see how our young guys respond to the physical challenge.
Thanks, Shaka.
Thank you, Andy.
Back to you, Mike.
Hey, he talked about that good mix of older and younger guys. Of course, Kerwin Roach is one of those seniors, but you really are high on one of those freshmen, a big man that started playing basketball a couple of years ago.
Yeah, Jackson Hayes, as impressive a 6'10", 6'11 prospect as I've seen this year in the country. A freshman comes off the bench, which gives Texas a different look. As soon as he gets on the floor, he impacts the game at both ends of the court. 5 for 5 last night, career high 15 points, 9 rebounds, 3 blocks, and of course on that inbound play got the deflection, so they couldn't even get a shot off on that last possession to seal the win. Good feet, helps well on ball screens, which will be important today with Michigan State's guards. Great background. How about the dad? 12 years in the NFL assistant, and the mom doesn't get enough love. Two-sport athlete.
Always, you got to give mom the love.
Yeah, give her lots of love.
Yeah, but you know, I think Shaka Smart is real intelligent from this perspective. The question is, can you match the physicality of a Big Ten team?
Yeah.
Well, you want to, but you want to do it outside going against who you are as a team. You're not going to all of a sudden become more physical overnight and be able to contend. So you want to use your aggressive, how assertive you are, use your length against this Michigan State team, because you're not going to match the physicality.
No.
But what you can do is use your length and size to offset some of the advantages that Michigan State has.
And quickness as well.
Exactly.
That's what they did. Roach is, 4 steals were as impactful as other aspects of his play, because those steals, he's able to get down the floor and boat race for layups or dunks off those forced turnovers. He's very disruptive to opponents, unnerves them with that quickness.
Curry Roach did it all yesterday in that big win, but how good can he be? He's a senior this year, and how should he play within himself today? Not get outside of the team aspect and not try to make it an individual. A lot of scouts are in the house.
Right. When you rely on the fact that he's an older player, then you don't go outside of the game concept, because a lot of stuff he got yesterday was within the concept. Either it was off the pick and roll in transition. He exploited the opportunity to get down the lane one-on-one, and that's what you expect from a senior player. So I think he's mature enough to understand that if I play within the confines of who we have and who we are, it makes it easier on me to be more effective.
Yeah, he picks his spots well because he's making good reads. He's at peace with his game right now, and that often happens with upperclassmen because they're seasoned. They've got that maturity. The 7 assists against only 3 turnovers, playing at a fast pace. When they put 92 points on the board, it's impressive when you only turn it over 3 times, playing at a fast clip.
Texas, the only team in this tournament that wasn't ranked coming in, but if they get a win today, I think they'll crack the top 25. Where is he from, Nick Ward?
C-Bus, baby, Columbus, Ohio.
All right, the big man ready to go. 10 minutes to go for Michigan State and Texas right here on Fox. Stick around. Championship game, baby.
Count Pamplemousse, since you are my guest, I will try your meat.
Indeed, it's got an amazing mouthfeel. No, really take in the layered aromas.
They're layered.
It's got a fantastic after essence. Yeah, and of course, an umami-like complexity.
You know what, I tried, I can't. Bud Light, please. And show these 2 to the wine cellar.
The wine cellar?
Bud Light, for the many, not the few.
So a tree falls in your brand new car and totals it. And as if that wasn't bad enough, now your insurance won't replace it outright because of depreciation. If your insurance won't replace your car, what good is it? You'd be better off just taking your money and throwing it right into the harbor. I regret that.
With new car replacement, if your brand new car gets totaled, Liberty Mutual will pay the entire value plus depreciation. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, but everywhere else. There are stores open late for shopping and fun as people seek gifts, or even give some. Not necessarily wrapped with paper and bows, but gifts of kind deeds, hard work, and cold toes. There's magic in the air on this day, at this time. The world's very much alive at 11:59.
There are those who choose a different path in life. A path of selflessness, of service. A path that leads to freedom. Do you have what it takes? Find out at GoArmy.com/warriors.
The first time I saw them was in a dream. And I was afraid. I wish I knew then what I know now. That they should be afraid of me.
The Passage, coming this January to Fox.
Cassius Winston is real strong in 2 areas. Unbelievable at getting the pass to the right guy. But last year proved to be the most prolific shooter in the Big Ten.
He's just one of those guys that produces.
Winston, they're making everything. How about the little guy?
He's a really good point guard. He does a good job of, directing his team.
He's a very calm presence on the floor. He does a lot for his team. Kind of makes that Michigan State team go.
Cassius Winston buries another one.
Great court leader. Really good with the ball in his hands. Knows where his team's supposed to be. And just does a really good job facilitating for his team.
Regardless of how many points he scores, he's a big part of his team.
I make plays down the stretch. I'm always poised. I'm always having my confidence. So that's a big thing that I ask.
Michigan State fans, Sparty, fired up, getting ready to go, trying to hook those Texas Longhorns. Oh, I see you showing the muscles today after Thanksgiving right here in Orleans Arena, getting you ready for the championship game on the Las Vegas Invitational. Mike Hill, Jimmy Jackson, and of course Steve Lavin. Hey guys, it is time for some impact players, and let's start off with Michigan State, Jimmy Jackson, and Cassius Winston.
Well, it's important, one, you take care of the basketball, and I thought he did an excellent job of kind of orchestrating the Michigan State offense the other evening, taking shots when possible, but getting his teammates involved defensively. He stepped up big time. I thought the sound decision-making allowed Michigan State to be highly efficient on offensive end. Now, he has his work cut out for him. These are quicker guards that love to get out and run in transition, and they're athletically gifted. He can't gamble on defense, put his defense behind him in tough position.
Meanwhile, Nick Ward, always solid down low. How's he going to fare against this Texas team?
Coming off 16 points, he does have a tendency to struggle against long athleticism, but Michigan State and the coaching staff put him in a situation to get him moving up the court a lot quicker, negate some of the height by movements. Now post him up, he can go in and try to finish his side. If it's a conventional post up, the size does bother him a little bit, but Nick is smart enough to understand you move size, you have ability right there to be a lot more effective. And I think on the defensive end, he can't bail out. Don't pick up the early cheap fouls. You need to be on the court.
And he's from Columbus, Ohio. Meanwhile, Lav for Texas, this guy really came onto the scene yesterday. How does Curran Roach follow that up?
Well, he combines quickness, athleticism with intelligence and plays the game with purpose, which is ideal for guards who have to make good reads and judgments over the course of the game. He's a player for Texas that cannot afford foul trouble, so he can't gamble. He's got to stay down on shot fakes, got to move his feet, level off dribble penetration of the Michigan State guards, stay aggressive, but at the same time with purpose and defensive discipline so he can stay in the game.
And Lav, I knew you were a big fan of Isaac Hayes, a singer, but Jackson Hayes has become a huge, huge guy for you as well.
Yeah, Isaac Hayes was legit, right? John Shaft, how about the long black leather jackets? He had it rolling, and so does
Why did I get him started?
Jackson Hayes. I love, again, the temperament, the bearing, the poise that he demonstrates on the floor, the intelligence, and obviously the length. He can run like a deer. He can defend, gives Shaka Smart flexibility because of his ability to provide resistance at the rim, but don't sleep on him offensively.
You won't sleep on him at all. Thank you for the knowledge on Isaac Hayes. Texas, Michigan State, coming up next on Fox.
On Black Friday, the battle for the Apple Cup is on Fox. The stakes are high, and the Pac-12 championship is on the line. Touchdown! Gardner Minshew and the Cougars take on the Huskies. Unbelievable! Washington State, sponsored by Ram. Tonight on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
Steve Lacy, Derry Alexander. The perfect combination for a winning team. Weeknights at 5 and 10 on Fox 5 News.
It's Friday Frenzy at Raymore and Flanagan. Doorbuster deals start at 8 a.m. Save 26% on this sofa and love seat. Save $400 on this TV console. 28% on this queen bed. 30% on this island set. Get a free adjustable base with select mattresses. All with 0% APR for an incredible 72 months. Find it, feel it, furnish it fast during Friday Frenzy at Raymore and Flanagan.
Life changes a lot in 10 years. And while we can't help you slow things down, Kidde can help you protect the things that matter with products whose features fit your lifestyle. Our advanced smoke and carbon monoxide alarms last 10 years with no battery changes. And our fire extinguishers are warranted to last even longer than that. So you can avoid worries and enjoy every moment, all 10 years of them. Find Kidde products today at your local Home Depot.
Geico makes it so easy to manage my policy. With an app that lets me pay my bill, add a vehicle, or even file a claim, it's not just easy. It's aerobics in a recliner easy.
And plank. Move it. Shimmy. And step, swivel. Keep it going. Kick, hold. Kick it out, and kick, and kick.
It's not just easy, it's Geico easy.
Feel the bird.
I'm Mike Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've recently been involved in a car wreck, I want to tell you something the insurance industry doesn't want you to know. Their own studies show that people represented by lawyers receive at least 3 times the amount of money as those who are unrepresented. This is very significant. Call us on your cell phone at Pound Law. That's pound 529. And you only pay a fee to us if we make a recovery for you. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Welcome back to Vegas. The Las Vegas Invitation on Fox is sponsored by Continental Tire. Got a great one going on here at Orleans Arena. Texas and Michigan State. Longhorns trying to continue their statement. Michigan State trying to keep it on the roll. It's time to send it to the guys calling the game. The best in the business, Timmy and Raph. Take it away, guys.
All right, Mike, it's going to be a physical matchup, no question, here in our championship game along with the governor, Timmy B. And listen, there's no denying this is going to be a fun-loving game, but it's also not for the faint of heart down low.
Of course, Michigan State, the power, so tough inside, and the ability on the other side of Texas to penetrate, finish, or find. They did it well. They've got to do it again today.
All right, let's take a quick look at the keys to success brought to you by SoFi. Borrow, invest, and save all at once. Become a member today.
Guard the promised land, that painted area there. The ability to turn the corner by Texas can be devastating. And, of course, Texas on the other end, bounce to some ecstasy. Yeah. Be creative with the dribble.
Kerwin Roach at 32. The question for Andy Katz is, what is Tom Izzo going to do to contain this young guy today?
Well, Tim, when he got here to the arena, I asked him, who's going to stop Kerwin Roach? And he told me it's going to basically be 2 guys that are at least going to try, Josh Langford and Matt McQuaid. They're going to have to try to shrink that court. They know they can't allow Roach that easy lane to the basket. It's going to be a tough chore for both of them defensively. Back to you, Tim and Bill.
All right, no question it should be a lot of fun as you take a look at our Continental Tire starting lineups. Langford, Winston, McQuaid, Goins, and Ward. Coleman, Roach, Febres, along with Jericho Sims and Osakowski for the Texas Longhorns. Tell you, talk so often about how the game is officiated. These are 3 great ones that we've got in tonight's championship game. Mike Roberts, Ron Groover, and Brian O'Connell. And, the guys talked about it in the studio, Bill. I loved what they were talking about. You don't necessarily have to be Big Ten physical if you're Texas, but you need to answer the physicality that Michigan State brings.
You got to compete on the glass, and their length could be a problem. The guys pregame mentioned that, particularly when you think of Nick Ward running the floor and posting up. They got to do their homework early in the denial stance.
Everybody's pumped and ready for this one. An outstanding crowd, sellout for this event. 2 outstanding games yesterday and a magnificent consolation matchup between a couple of blue bloods, and we're underway. Texas wins the tap.
Timmy B right now. Michigan State goes a little bit. And McQuaid has the initial. Andy mentioned who would be guarding Roach. He's got him. Contain the dribble. That's what they've been drilling and talking about, Michigan State.
There's the dump down. Sims rejected.
Great job, huh? Ward stood him up, challenged, belly up.
Only 2 to shoot as they get ready to trigger this one in. So they're going to have to get something near the rim, you'd think.
They can even take a bounce and shoot it.
Quickly. Off the iron. Pulled down by Ward.
Dribble exchange here caused the switch or the slip.
Quick help coming from Osakowski. Ward reads it and gets rid of it. Princeton is rejected. Coleman deflecting it.
5 left. Nice play, Osakowski.
Yeah, got into the passing lane.
Eddie. Nice run. Got to get the ball.
Cassius did. Winston's got it.
Nice hand.
What a strip there. Wow. Beautifully done by Kerwin Roach. Coleman.
He makes shots to a different team. We know he can get in the lane and lighten it up.
Well, those 2 guards get going, Bill. It could be a matchup problem for Michigan State. That Texas backcourt is quick.
That's another turnover here, coughing it up.
Osakowski with a couple of strips. Roach! And a foul going up.
Could be McQuaid on that particular one. Now just make sure you get the basketball. And right here, what a sleight of hand maneuver by Roach. And, of course, to push the other end. And Coleman had struggled early in the year. 7 for 21. Shooting the three a little bit better of late.
Coming out party for Kerwin Roach yesterday. No doubt about that. North Shore High School in Houston, Texas. 32, 12 of 15 from the floor. He was absolutely out of sight.
They did it in a lot of ways, too. Left the defense, penetration, moving the ball, hitting the open guy.
And for a team that really had been struggling to score at times, they beat UL Monroe by only 10. They struggled in that game.
They did. They didn't shoot it well. Here's that full court pressure. Vintage Shaka Smart, when you think of it.
Indeed.
And this team will attack and pull. But he got fouled.
And Tom Izzo, Hall of Famer, now 63 years of age, 24th season at Michigan State.
Youthful exuberance this guy possesses. I don't know how he does it. Little duck in. Take away the left, or the right shoulder, I should say.
Winston.
Good pry, huh?
He was very patient.
Locked that pivot foot.
So Michigan State breaks into the scoring column. 2 minutes deep into the game. It's 4-2. Room for Coleman again. Great rebound by Jericho Sims. Another deflection. Kerwin is everywhere. He stayed in.
He's out of bounds.
Tightrope act. And I think Brian O'Connell said, no, you're on the inline.
And this is vintage Villanova, where you get in that lane, you establish the pivot foot, either finish the deal or find somebody. Heck of an offensive rebound on this end, too.
Incredible.
You got to stick him. Sims really slithers, moves, elevates.
So far, the quickness of Texas has been a factor on the defensive end. It's early on, and there's another example.
Yep.
Roach with a takeaway. You throw a soft pass, it's going to be intercepted.
Yeah, they really anticipate beautifully. Watch Coleman's shot when it goes up. It's almost like a screwball. It comes off the pinky, you know?
Oh, go ahead. Coleman,
see what I mean?
Yeah.
Little side spin on it.
I'm thinking of the lefty with the Knicks in the 70s.
Dick Barnett?
Dick Barnett.
Oh, step
Remember
back
that one?
jack.
Remember that one?
Nice dive. Again, playing the passing lane. Roach.
End-to-end. Kerwin. That's an offensive foul. Great work again. McQuaid coming over with Langford. Wow.
He does that well. Really anticipates. You got to be under control the open floor, and I think they got it right, too. He was down.
Talk about youthful exuberance. Shaka Smart, now in his 4th season after all the great success at Virginia Commonwealth University. And you can tell that this team is playing a lot like that VCU team that made the run to the Final Four.
He said he's trying to get them to do more and more of it. Yeah, full court pressure, and yet don't give up anything easy. Nice little play. They run a little backdoor on the post.
Ward again bothered. Osikowski got up there and deflected it.
Yeah, got it, yeah.
The True Long, who played really well last night.
Energy guy, too. Not afraid to jack him up either.
Elijah Mitrulong, number 55 in the white and burnt orange of Texas. Courtney Ramey also in, finds Osikowski.
How about that? Remember last night he struggled?
Yeah,
early.
Took 4 tries before he could make one.
Tom Izzo with the timeout, not liking the flavor of what's going on.
Well, right now, Texas playing well on the defensive end, and a little nylon song on the offensive end.
And I think you got Elijah on the way to Jericho. That's going to be tough to beat. How about the action there?
'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, but everywhere else. There are stores open late for shopping and fun as people seek gifts or even give some. Not necessarily wrapped with paper and bows, but gifts of kind deeds, hard work, and cold toes. There's magic in the air on this day, at this time. The world's very much alive at 11:59.
Kay's Black Friday sales event, 4 days only. Save 50% off select jewelry and shop hundreds of gifts with thousands in savings. November 23rd to the 26th. Only at Kay.
Manolo, you're so cold. Come in. What's wrong?
It's dry.
Your scalp might get dry in the winter too. Try Head & Shoulders Dry Scalp Care. It nourishes the scalp and keeps you up to 100% flake-free. Head & Shoulders Dry Scalp Care.
There are a chosen few in possession of an X factor most can only dream of, capable of bringing a packed building to its feet with a simple wave of their arms. They don't just inspire school spirit, they embody it. Statues are built in their honor. Yep, there's no big man on campus bigger than the one in the big furry suit.